See the little yellow contact button here? Not sure how well you're seeing this, but I just turned this on and the yellow contact button's on. Someone was having trouble with their machine the other day, so I haven't used this machine much in a while, so it's pretty dirty. But this will happen to you anyway. See if I can show you what you're going to have to do pretty often. I really need to take it apart probably and just clean it. It's probably kind of crusty in there. What you can try to do, there's 3 contacts where these wires are going through there, so just take some little sandpaper and just drag it through there both directions, the top and the bottom of the contacts in there. Just kind of drag it through there. Do that on all 3 of them. And usually it'll take care of it. It'll take just a few minutes to do that. I've seen Ross tell people a lot of times to do that. A lot of times people just want to argue with him, but normally they do get a little dirty, so I don't know that that's the greatest design in the world like that. But anyway, a lot of them are like this. So I can't see the contact button from here, but or that little light, but I'm gonna go over and see what it looks like now. Okay, the light's still on. I'll let you look at the screen here while I mess with it. See the contact light right here. So I'm gonna mess with it here. See, it went off. But I like to test it by hand on all different directions, all 3 switches. There's the one on the back, here's the one on this side, and here's the one on the other side. So they all appear to be working now since I kind of cleaned on them. So anyway, just showing that. Somebody didn't seem to know that the other day, but that's all it takes. Alright, so I'm really getting tired of the contacts on this giving me so much trouble, so I think it's just from being dirty from all the additives in the water and the fact I don't use this thing very often anymore. I never used to have this trouble when I used it on a daily basis, but I noticed that this torch mount is about 1/2 inch. I kind of measured that from these little tabs right here to that, so I want to put it back. That seems to work about right. Let's just get this out of here like that. I don't think this is going to be a very difficult little thing to do. I just wanted to. I had a guy that was having trouble with his, it seems, lately, and never really took mine apart and looked at it. But I can say these 3 wires on top, well, that can come out easy. Not sure why. But so yeah, we had Thanksgiving in here last night, and there's some more family coming over. This is Thanksgiving Day, and about 10 or 15 or 12, so my family will be here tonight. So I'm trying to hurry up and do this to show you. So just take those 3 wires. You got these 3 that are on here, and then you got one on the bottom. So they just make contact when it touches off and it lifts this. Anyway, that's how that works. So I guess just take the springs loose. I think I replaced these springs a while back with some stronger ones or something. I don't remember. Seemed like Ross said he had some better springs available, but he never did send me any, so I don't know much about that. But anyway, just take the spring and the little nut off of each one. I'm not an expert here, I'm just telling you what I'm doing here. I've had this machine for about over a year. September was a year. This is a September of 18 build machine. I received it September of 18. I ordered it in, I believe, the last day of July of 18. So that's how long it took them to get it to me. I think it took them 7 weeks to get it to me. Not complaining, just telling you the date of the machine. And I've got the air off so I can move this around. These are kind of snug from just sitting so much. I've just been needing to do a good cleaning on this whole machine really for a while. I did clean some of it a while back, but not any of this. All of this rust and stuff you see, it was pretty much that way when I received the machine. Most of the rails were, so apparently there's not any good coatings on this, whatever material those are made out of. I need to scrub them down and put something on that, I guess. Okay, and this I assume will just come off of here now. So you got these little contacts that touch this. So I was just planning on taking a wire brush or something, and maybe I'll have to pull them screws out and just buff that really clean. You can see the aluminum is kind of corroded up. Can't really get you any closer. The battery's low on this camera, but I've got you plugged in. But this aluminum's getting a little corroded. I'm assuming that's kind of what's causing this issue. So there's some insulators here at the top. I don't really know why that would be. Unless just to keep it cleaner, because when the screw goes through there, then it's contacting that brass. Looks like a brass piece that's in there. Well, it's insulated as well, so apparently all the contacts go to the bottom and nothing to the top. Maybe that's for some type of interference reason. I don't know what reason that would be. I'll put that in the wrong spot. So anyway, I figure I'll just buff them all clean and then I'll put it back together. So I'll probably bring you back when I get some more tools over here to do that. Okay, so those switches on here, they really only contact those 3 places, so I don't think I'm going to take those out. I may give this a good cleaning anyway too, but you know, a lot of that's just more of a hygiene type cleaning, but or more for cosmetic purposes. But I'm not going to get carried away here on this video doing that, but I mainly just want to get all this clean. So I think I'll just use this little plastic roll-lock thing and go right here between these. So let's do that. Okay, it's kind of corroded there. Aluminum does corrode, believe it or not. It oxidizes. So, get these little brass tips. Kind of have a little convex shape to them a little bit, I guess, to give them to where they contact better, but I don't know. I'd rather have an ohmic sensing type deal, I guess, anyway, but Might look into if that's possible to do on this machine at some point. The industrial machine I use at work has the ohmic sensing, and I really like that. It's so much better. But you still need the crash protection in case it crashes out. It makes the machine stop, so I don't know how to go about doing all that, but anyway, stick this back together and that's it. But there's no sense in you watching me do that. I'm just showing you that. I'll just put this back together, and I'm pretty sure it'll work just fine. Thanks for watching. I'll tell you one more thing about this, that in case it doesn't make perfect sense, is you've got one wire on the bottom, and then you have these 3 wires attached to the top with the screws. So what that does, because the spring has the brass contacts against this, what it's doing is putting the circuit together. So it's a closed switch in that case. So when you touch off and it picks that up, one of these contacts up, that's opening the circuit. And so when it opens the circuit, then the machine sees that as contact. You know, when your contact light is on, you know, that sounds like a switch is closed, but actually it means the switch is open. And one of these is open like that. Apparently. You'd think though that some of them are still touching, so I'm trying to make sense of that myself, but if one of them is open, apparently all 3 of these are going into, maybe the one on the bottom has nothing to do with that, and that's just a grounding this. That's what they're going to be. So each one of these is a lead going back to the controller somewhere. So if it sees any one of these as open, when that opens up the switch, then that's going to tell it, that's going to turn the contact light on and shut down the machine or keep it from working. So anyway, just wanted to explain that a little bit more. That'll be it.